Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. This is a book card and it's very easy to make, and all you need is one sheet of card. So we're going to take the A4 card and fold it in half, and this is just a template, so I would advise you to make the template first, and then if you don't make the card for a while you always have this to refer to. So once you've folded it in half, you're going to decide how wide you want your spine to your book, and with a pencil just make a fine line. Now the bottom part is the part that you're going to remove, so we're just going to take some scissors and cut across the bottom from the outside edge, the spine edge, into the mark that you've just made. Now don't throw that away, you're going to need that because you're going to take it to the top of your card and you're going to make a little mark across to where you would have your spine. Now that can be rubbed out, and that's the spine to your book. Now to the other edge I'm also going to take that piece of corner and I'm going to make another mark, and that is the bit that I'm going to remove. Now you can either curve that to look like pages, or you can just keep it straight, and then from this spine mark that you've made to that outer edge you're just going to make another faint mark, and there's your book shape. This is going to be the front of your book and these will be the pages. Now all I do is just turn it around and use that mark as a guide and just make faint lines with a pencil to start with across, and this will just represent the pages. Now once you're happy that the lines are all straight, you can go over it with a black fine liner, and there we have the pages and the front of the book. Now I've gone over the things on my template with a black fine liner just to give more definition so that you can see the pages and the spine of the book. So once you're happy that the pages all run straight and level, you can go over it with the fine liner and then with a rubber just remove the pencil lines. And that's the basis, that's the template for your book card. Now once you're happy with that, you can transfer all that and try it on a real piece of card, on a good piece of card. So I've gone ahead and done this. Now this is the area that's going to be the front of your book, so all I've done is cut myself a piece of card that fits that area. I've run it through an embossing folder just to give it some definition, and I've put a ribbon around the back and held it in place with some double-sided tape. Now once you've done that, you can add that to the front of your card and that will be your book front. So I'm going to use a wet glue and I'm going to place that on the front of my book card. Now once that's glued in place, I'm going to add some ribbon. On this card I've made 2 holes and I've threaded the ribbon through and tied it in a bow along the spine. But for this one I'm going to add some ribbon down the spine, and to make it look authentic I've made a small slit in the top part of the spine and I'm just going to push the ribbon through. And then I'm going to fasten it along the spine and glue it inside the card. Now along the spine I've folded some ribbon over and glued it in place. I'm just going to add that piece to the top, and this one I've done exactly the same, but I've threaded it through a little pearl buckle, and I'm going to add that to the top. Now you will find a tutorial on paper ribbons that I've done. It's on the website, but this is exactly the same technique, it's just using proper ribbons, and I'm just going to glue these in place. And that just gives a little bit of added embellishment to the spine of the card. Now for the sentiment, I've done "On Your Retirement," and I've just added it to some spellbinders, and I'm going to sit that over the top of the ribbon just there with some foam tape. And then, as always, I'm going to do a dry run with some flowers. Now I want to add some flowers, and I want to keep to the navy blue and white theme, so I've cut my flowers out using my spellbinders, but just to give the leaves a little bit more texture, I've run them through a ribbler, and that just gives them a little bit of added dimension to add to the card. So I'm just going to place these where I think they'll look in the right position. And for the flowers, I've also used a spellbinder, and I've used the floral spiral flower. So I've picked some paper out that matches my colour scheme, and this is the flower in the die. So all you do is just push the flower out, just remove it from the die very carefully, and all you're going to do with this is just start rolling from this outside edge, and you're going to roll it up and keep it level if you can. So you're just going to keep rolling till you get right to the end. Now once you've got it all rolled up right to the edge, you're just going to let it go, and then you're going to place some glue on this flat part and press the flower down onto it. So I'm going to use the glue gun, and I'm going to put a good blob of glue on, and then I'm just going to press the flower down onto it and hold it until the glue takes. And then once it's hard and it's set, you can just turn the flower over and squash. And then if you curl the petals out as you go around it, there you have your flower. And what I've done is I've made 3 of these, and I'm going to add these to the card. So once your card is finished and everything's dried and glued in place, don't worry about the workings inside the card, because once you start to add your insert, those won't be seen. So if you make your insert and shape it to the same as your card, put some double-sided tape along the spine that will attach to the front of the card, and then once you close it up, press along the spine, and then when you open that card, all you will see is the insert. You won't see the workings inside the card. So there you have your book card, and on this red one I've glittered up the flowers with some glue and just some pink glitter, and that is the book card.